Hello and welcome once again to Is That Racist? A show where we think about something and decide if it's racist or not. In American Born Chinese, Qin Ki appears distinctly different from all the other characters in the story. For instance, his skin is a greenish yellow, he wears a long braid, and he wears traditional Chinese clothing. Is that racist? Of course it's racist. It's like mega ultra racist. I mean, look, this is what people wear in China. Same stuff we do. Here in America, we've always had a problem with popular drawings of people who are non white. They often come out looking like caricatures or exaggerations of what actual people would look like. This issue has been in the spotlight more or less recently with the Cleveland Indians and their former mascot, Chief Wahoo, which was finally removed after years of petitioning and action because it grossly exaggerates the features of Native Americans. The problem with these caricatures is that it spreads stereotypes about minority groups, which helps racist mentalities to thrive in America today. In American Born Chinese specifically, Qin Ki is a caricature of a Chinese person. His artwork is based on decades of negative Chinese caricatures. One particular event that influenced a lot of this was World War II, in which America was at war with the Japanese. I'll let this guy talk about it for a second.
The superheroes went off to war with great gusto. Week after week, month after month, just pounding the hell out of the Nazis.
The stories had so much pro-American propaganda that you'd almost think they were subsidized by the government, but it was just, we felt we had to do that.
And then something very interesting happened, which was that comic books were included in care packages that were sent to soldiers along with chocolate and cigarettes, and comic books became part of the standard reading material for GIs serving in the Second World War, and they liked them.
The superheroes were now in sync with the government's war effort, and comic book sales soared from 15 million a month in 1942 to 25 million a month a year later. World War II was the peak of what would be called the golden age of comics. But why not? In the comic books, the Americans always won.
The war in the comic books looked like something that was kind of fun. And the striking contrast between that and the war itself must have bothered some people.
The superheroes fought two kinds of Japanese, buck-toothed and fanged. But while the Japanese and Nazis were both portrayed as sadistic monsters, the Nazis' ultimate horror was never mentioned.
So you see, because we were at war with the Japanese, comic book artists were tempted to draw them with monstrous or stupid-looking features. And unfortunately, those caricatures, along with others from before the war, stick around even today.